coming from the NFL and your Golden Gloves boxing background to WWE. I'm an athlete. I can do this. Talk a little bit more from your perspective. I remember it obviously from my perspective and our perspective when the new guy showed up. Tell me a little bit more about your transition in there.
I mean, it was funny because you say that I'm an athlete. That quote got me in trouble actually on my tryout. Because when I came, and it's a funny story because when I see Doc Tom, I tell him, hey, do you remember this? And he's like, oh, yeah, for sure. So it's like my second day on a tryout. They brought me in for like a week-long tryout. And there were guys like Bray Wyatt in the ring and stuff like that. And he was like, hey, do you think you could do like a drop down and a leapfrog? And I was like, well, yeah, I'm an athlete. Like, it's easy. He goes, oh, okay. And he had somebody start running. I'm doing drop downs, leapfrogs. And after about 10 of them, I'm like looking over between each one. Like, is he going to tell me to stop? Like, I was also 325, 330 pounds on my tryout. And I'm at like 14 going, this is bad. I regret. Okay. And then all of a sudden I clipped my foot and my face planted. He laughed and he goes, huh, thought you said you were an athlete. Like, I just did like 18 drop downs and 18 leapfrogs. I was blown sky high. So it's always just funny when I think about that. But no, walking in the door was – it was eye-opening, and I've been a part of athletics my whole life, from boxing to jiu-jitsu to football to playing golf on my high school team. Every locker room is different and has an atmosphere, and nobody wants somebody new walking in. So if you're a good high-level competitor, you know that walking in the door. You know nobody's going to want you there because you're there to take a spot. You know, I mean, in reality, that's what you're doing. FCW was the very small funnel into WWE. So if one guy got called up, that's one less guy that's going to get that opportunity. So walking in, I knew that. I spoke with Johnny Stamboli. He was actually in Arizona, and when I knew I was getting the tryout and I knew I was getting signed, I wanted to kind of figure out the culture a little bit because you don't want to disrespect anybody. I mean, you walk into a football locker room and you do something stupid, you're going to get slapped. Like,
right.
It's just the way it goes. And I know that this has the kind of same attitude. Like, there's a respect here and a level of respect that's expected. And so I met with Johnny, and he kind of walked me through, like, from shaking hands to, let everybody get their spots, their lockers, then put your bag down where it fits and that kind of thing. So you learn to do that. But I'm also the kind of guy, I like to ruffle a little bit of feathers. I don't ever want to disrespect anybody, but I kind of want to push those boundaries. And I think I did that walking in the door. I irritated a few people just with some arrogance, I guess. Not disrespect, like I'm not shaking your hand kind of thing, but just that arrogance of the way I carried myself and my expectations of how much success I wanted when I walked in that door. And I think you saw it from a few guys, and you saw it from the guys who matter, because those are the guys that know. They look at somebody and go, okay, yeah, he can be successful, he can help us.
Right.
But also it's like, yeah, not everybody's going to like you. That's okay. So, I mean, but the transition for me, the physicality, I dropped 65 pounds coming in. That stuff was relatively easy to kind of understand the ring movement and the balance and just all of that was in ring was fairly simple to learn for me. It was the hand me a microphone, make me believe it. That's where I'm going,
right.
Whoa.
Never had to do that before.
This is really hard because I'm used to just doing an interview. Like, we're sitting here talking and it is what it is. But now I'm having to take this emotion that I've been taught to hide for so many years. Because in sports, you don't want your opponents to know you're hurt, you're tired, angry, frustrated. But now we want to take those emotions and we want to convey it to millions of people around the world. But you want them to understand every bit of things that are going through your mind, and you want them to feel what you're feeling if you're hurt or if you're angry or if you're embarrassed. You want these people to understand that, and you have to amplify it by 10 because there's people that are up in the nosebleed sections and you want to understand that, and then people around the world. So that was the most difficult part of the transition for me of becoming a WWE superstar. And then there were just little things like, hey, here's a bunch of posters. Go hang these up on some posts. And you're like, wait, what? You want me to do what? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's also illegal. So if you get caught, you're going to have to pay the ticket. And I was like, wait, what? And then, hey, hold this sign on the corner of the street for 4 hours before Stark so we can get people to come. And I'm going, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, this is for – I came from the NFL, right? And but they didn't care.
It doesn't matter.
Was that starting back at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's good for everybody. It's humbling. It's good for you to have to – pay your dues in a sense. I mean, and here this world, everybody's paid their dues in a different way.
Right.
You know, whether it's coming from independence for 10 years grinding it out, or what I did, you know, going to training camp at 110 degrees. Like, it's very different. Everybody's paid their dues, but then when you actually get in the door, you still have to kind of start over. Nobody's just handed the golden ticket.
Right. You kind of relive the same growth over and over every tier you
Yeah,
step
100%.
through. Yeah. I remember the general consensus when you arrived was, there's this arrogant guy that came from the NFL, and screw him, and we don't have time for him.
Yeah.
And
I hear he's making all this money.
Oh yeah, that was the best rumor. Yeah.
So what I brought like 10 grand into a. I'm using the microphone. See how good I am at this. The rumor went around that I was making all this money more than everybody else. So I was like, okay, well, let's add fuel to the fire. And I think I brought 10 or 20 grand in cash to a promo. And it was just like, I'm going on a date tonight, maybe about 2,000 for, like, just the worst thing ever. Just trying to irritate everybody.
Well, it succeeded. Like what you hear? Catch full episodes of After the Bell on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe now and never miss an episode.